Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm having a conversation with Jake, a 12-year-old guitar player from the UK who has lately been working with the Graystones. But he's been making videos of his own and building his own following for 6 years now. So I thought it would be fun to sit down and talk with him a little bit about his career so far and where he's planning to go from here. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, just know I'm always looking at non-music content that features bands that are touring today and do the occasional interviews as well. If that interests you, please subscribe so you won't miss anything. All right, here's my conversation with Jake. I just saw that compilation that you put out onto YouTube of you between ages 6 and 12 and all of the songs that you had soloed on or learned. And it was a pretty incredible list.
Thank you.
Yeah, whole lot of love. You shook me. Bohemian Rhapsody, Little Wing, Stairway to Heaven, The Spirit of Radio, Pride and Joy, Stevie Ray Vaughan, I love him, Voodoo Child, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, those gigs with the RPJ band, those were great, by the way, to look at. And I noted that you got a compliment from Slash.
Definitely my favorite Slash. I love
Slash is your favorite?
Yeah, I love Slash.
Hey Jake, Slash here. Jennifer called me up and told me about you playing Sweet Child of Mine and sent me a killer video of you doing it. Wonderful job. It was really warms my heart.
Yeah.
For that one. That must have been really exciting. Tell me what that was like.
I mean, that was crazy. I never expected that he would actually send me a message. I mean, that whole day was like so cool.
I can only imagine. This is such a long list. I might just leave it to people to find it. But we've got stuff from Toto, Pink Floyd, B.B. King. I mean, it's a lengthy and very impressive list. Journey, and more recently Fleetwood Mac, Jerry Rafferty, Chris Isaak too. I noticed you did Wicked Game. So let me just start at the top. Tell me about how you actually got started with playing guitar.
So my dad's he's a musician. So when I was really young, he taught me basically a lot. And during lockdown, I'd go down to my dad's studio, which is here,
Nice.
every day. And then I practiced, and then I got better quite fast. And sometimes I'd watch YouTube videos to learn solos as well.
That's how a lot of people are picking up solos now. I kind of wish we had that back when I was a kid, but it is a great tool to have to be able to learn and pick up those things.
Yeah.
So was there a particular singer, songwriter, guitar player, band that you said, oh, I've really got to check this out?
Yeah, when I was younger, I loved Angus Young from AC/DC, and like his moves and his riffs. Like the first song I learned, I think, was Back in Black.
Oh.
But also my first concert was a Foo Fighters concert, and that definitely inspired me to really go with music.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. I'm actually local to where Dave Grohl grew up. And at one point, I was renting a rehearsal space that it turned out he was also renting for the Foo Fighters for one of their albums. They were woodshedding. So very local. Even one of the guys in my church band ran into him in the supermarket one day. So he's had a great career. I've seen AC/DC 3 times, all in the 80s, and it was amazing. He was fairly young at the time, and the things he did I could not believe, including jumping from very high off of his amps or platforms around the stage. It was really quite a show. That's a good place to start. And he's primarily kind of blues-based, too. Mm. And I've seen that, too, in some of your other choices, like Gary Moore, of course, B.B. King, So tell me a little bit more about that day that you were there to see the RPJ band at Paint Chill Garden and your sign got noticed by them and they said, oh, yeah, okay, I guess you can come up. And took a chance and it worked out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I saw like a video online where the Foo Fighters actually let someone play with them on stage. And then I thought that would be like really cool if I could do the same thing. So
Sure.
me and my mum made a sign saying, let me play guitar with you. And then we brought it to the local concert, and then they actually saw me, and we played Sweet Child of Mine.
That was a wonderful moment. I watched the whole thing, the first video, and it was pretty heartwarming. And you could tell the lead singer was like, I don't know. This sounds like we're taking a chance, but I think we ought to try it. And I'm really glad he did. I think everybody there was pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
So that got you started, and you actually got to get up on stage with them again a little bit later. Can you tell me about that?
That was at a festival called Car Fest, and that was like the biggest crowd like I've ever played in front of by a mile.
That did. That looked pretty big.
Yeah.
That's craziness, but in a good way, a very good way.
Yeah.
So I did see your performance on Jennifer Hudson playing Sweet Child. I don't know if it came about due to that particular performance that you did with RPJ, but in any case, she seemed very excited about it. And of course, Slash reached out and had done a little video for you, which I thought was very classy. But it looked a little overwhelming overall. But what's your favorite memory, or would you like to walk me through some of that day?
Well, yeah, getting the Slash message was like the craziest thing that's like ever happened. But the whole day was just amazing, and like Jennifer Hudson was so kind. But I love how I had my own room with like snacks and drinks as well.
Yeah, there's nothing like a good green room,
Yeah.
even if it's not green, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's very cool. Boy. So today, I mean, I know you've talked about Angus Young, and I know that on that show you also mentioned Stevie Ray Vaughan, who was a big star. I mean, I remember I was a fan, an active fan of his for years. He was amazing. Everybody just could not believe him. And of course, Slash. Is there anybody else that you really admire that you'd like to maybe shout out?
Yeah, I mean, I love Steve Lukather from Toto, and David Gilmour, and Gary Moore, and I saw quite recently Joe Bonamassa at a concert in the Royal Albert Hall in London, and I thought his licks were just so cool.
Yeah, he's pretty incredible. If I remember correctly, I think he started pretty young too. The very first person you mentioned?
Steve Lukather.
Oh yes, Steve Lukather.
Yeah.
He has got a reputation for being such a nice guy, and he also said something really nice about the Toto, the Hold the Line cover that you did with the Graystones. And
Yeah.
I mean, what I know, that's typical of him. He's very supportive, really great guy. So that's wonderful that he did that. So if you were going to choose, there's so many great riffs over rock history. Is there a favorite that you have?
Well, yeah, I mean, I love like Prince's solo from like While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Oh, a classic, yeah.
Yeah, at the Hall of Fame. I like his stage presence was so cool, and the way he like changed the solo, and it was quite cool how he like threw his guitar at the end.
Yes, in typical Prince fashion, and just everybody's like, where'd it go?
Yeah.
That's a great move. Yeah, it's wonderful to be able to do that to an audience,
Yeah.
That's
But also, I mean, I love Comfortably Numb, from David Gilmour. That's also one of my favorites.
Absolutely. I remember when The Wall came out. That was the very first time that I had heard any Pink Floyd song was Comfortably Numb. It was on all the time. He definitely deserves the accolades. I also got to see Pink Floyd a few times in the 80s, and those are cherished memories. If you could collaborate with anybody out there, do you have a particular person you'd really like to hook up with and make music with?
Well, I mean, as a band, I would love to collaborate with Toto, because they're all like amazing musicians, and I could like learn so much from all of them. But also Fleetwood Mac, because I love that album Rumours, and also Stevie Ray Vaughan, because I would love to learn some of his blues licks.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you'll like this story. I had a friend that went and saw Stevie Ray Vaughan. I really should have, but I didn't. I wasn't there that night. I don't know why. We saw him. Fantastic show. Went out later on, just before driving home. They decided to stop off at a bar. in walks Stevie Ray Vaughan and with his guitar under his arm and proceeds to play another hour and a half with the house band that's playing in there. Just surprise them, and they're like, yeah, come on up, come on up. So he loved to play, and apparently he was a great personality as well.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh. So I also saw that you were at Coachella. Now,
yeah.
yeah, and you got a shout out from Sam Fender, as a matter of fact. Was there anybody in particular you didn't know about before you got there that you said, oh, you know, I think I'm going to check them out a little more?
I mean, I knew Green Day. I didn't know they were going to be there, but I saw Green Day and they were like really cool.
Nice.
And Benson Boone. I quite liked a few of his songs. And Ed Sheeran was really cool as well. There was also a singer called Lola Young as well.
Oh, yeah, heard of her. Very good.
Yeah.
Sam Fender, speaking of other guitar players that started early, apparently he was also a fan of Jimi Hendrix and Slash, and started young as well. Did you know about this before you heard from him? Did you know anything about him, or did this come later?
That's so cool. I didn't even know that. I didn't know he liked Slash and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, Jimmy Page too, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe he felt like, oh, you know, I've got to reach out now to Jake and just say, listen, you're doing well here, and keep it up. You know,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like you play by ear a lot, but do
Yeah.
you also read music, or do you prefer ear, or?
I mean, I've always worked like completely by ear, and I work out songs by listening to them over and over again and then working them out on guitar. But I can still read a little bit of music as well.
Okay. It sounds like you and me are the same in that regard. I've always been an ear player. Music, give me an hour, I'll figure it out. But you know, no. So I mean, with rock music, you don't really need it. It's one of those things that's nice. But yeah. I saw your video, Let the Music Play, your second original song that has come out, and I saw you there on the drum kit in Guitar Center, it looked like, and also on a piano. Do you play those instruments regularly, or?
Yeah, I have a piano in my room, so I play that a lot, and I love it. And I'm having piano lessons at school, but and I'm coming up with quite a lot of ideas, like for songs as well, on the piano and the guitar. But I also do a little bit of drumming as well.
Wonderful. I can't play as well, but I have a drum kit. I keep it around. Every once in a while, it just feels good to play a little bit. And it's good for you. It's good for your general sense of time. Pianos are great just for opening your world up a little bit and making you think about chord or notes, you know, combinations that maybe you wouldn't have thought up on the guitar. So that's extremely valuable as well. Do you have other songs that you want to release that are your own?
Well, I haven't. Well, yeah, I've got like lots of ideas, and I'm like recording them into my phone. Like I've come up with like a lot of ideas on piano, and a few on guitar, but we haven't properly started producing them and like working on them yet.
Okay. Well, that's all right. You have plenty of time. I mean, there is no rush there. I, of course, also saw you at the Golden State Warriors game doing the Star Spangled Banner with Evan and with Grayson. So I heard from Evan about that. Like, she was fine until she got out there, and she was like, it's a lot of people. But what was it like for you that day?
Well, yeah, that was like also an amazing day. Like, I was, not too nervous, but then when I got out there, it was like really cool and also scary, like looking around and like surrounded by so many people. But it was great doing it with Grayson and Evan. It was fun.
That's good. Yeah, when you have other people with you, it's a little easier.
Yeah, and it was cool seeing like the players as well.
That's cool. It probably looks more scary than, say, being on a concert stage because those seats go up, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it looked okay. I mean, you guys did great. You knocked it out of the park, and the crowd seemed very appreciative. So, so tell me how you met up with the Graystones. You know, you've been playing with them for a little bit now.
Yeah, so like the Graystones contacted my dad because they were looking for a lead guitarist. So we arranged at first an online collaboration, which was Hold the Line.
Right.
And then shortly after we did Baker Street. And then after the lineup changed, we did a few more. And recently, when I went to America again, we recorded a lot of other songs, and it was really fun.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So there are a few more surprises in store in the near future coming out of the Graystones with you on them. Well, that's great to hear. Yeah, what has been your favorite thing, or maybe your most inspiring thing about working with those guys?
Well, I mean, it was great working with other musicians that are like a similar age, because we like all got on really well, and we all like enjoyed playing music together, and we all had so much fun. Like it was cool. Like in the breaks between songs, we would like go outside and play on like a trampoline, or like shoot and basketball, or like go in the swimming pool.
That's right. Yeah, oh, yeah, we saw you do a dunk on Grayson, I think, and it was kind of a bounce. That's a wonderful thing. You've done a lot of artists, and some of them are British, some of them are American. Are there any newer ones that you're thinking about that maybe you haven't covered yet? Things like, I mean, for example, I love Genesis from the early days. I actually saw Steve Hackett, and I highly respect him. Have you ever considered anything like that?
Well, because I've covered like so many people, it's getting like harder to find new. But I want to do a few Dire Straits maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm always like open to suggestions.
Yeah, actually, Dire Straits is a really good one. There's another band out there, actually from the Philippines, who did Tunnel of Love, and it was a huge hit on the internet, and for good reason. Those are complicated, but they're very well constructed. And I'm sure you know this, but Mark Knopfler plays with his fingers and generally doesn't use a pick. Is that something that you've tried as well, playing without a pick?
I've tried it, but I'm not as good as using a pick. But so I need to work on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
So we liked them both. The songs that you did on your own, they're really, really wonderful. How is writing for you? How does it feel? Is it one of those things that comes very quickly to you? Do you easily get inspired, or is it one of those things where you say, "Okay, I'm gonna write something," and and you bang it out for a while to try to find something you like?
Yeah. So writing riffs normally comes quite fast because it's not too hard to just write a simple riff. But finishing it can take a bit longer, especially because I'm also working on covers in the background.
Right.
But it's also just like fun doing it with my dad as well, because he's like teaching me how to do it as well.
Great. Oh, that's good to hear. Somebody told me once as an exercise, and you might not release them, but sometimes you can just sit down and say, I'm going to write an entire song. It's not going to come easy. I'm going to figure it out. I'm just going to do it. It may not be the best song, but at least I get this feeling of completion at the end. And next time I do it, it may help. I've heard that can work pretty well. I've tried it myself. It seems to work.
Yeah, I haven't tried that.
Well, let me know if you do.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about releasing an album of your own someday, or do you like working with a band more, or do you consider yourself? Would you like to be a solo artist, or are you up?
I don't know. I mean, I love writing like music with other musicians, but recently I got lots of ideas from the guitar and from piano, so I'm focusing a bit on my own stuff as well.
You've put so many things out there, a lot of it classic rock, but are there types of music that you really like that maybe you haven't done yet and maybe people would be surprised to hear about?
I mean, probably most people expect that I listen to rock only, but I also listen to pretty much anything that I think sounds good. I mean, one that might surprise, I mean, I really like Hans Zimmer as well.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about your life outside of music. Do you have particular hobbies that you really like? And I realize music is taking a lot of your time, but
Yeah, I'm quite sporty. I mean, I like table tennis,
nice.
football. I'm watching the World Cup right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, excellent. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And tennis and also basketball because of the NBA. That like kind of made me want to do it as well.
Yeah.
I'm also busy at school, like during the week.
I,
But on the weekends, I like to catch up with my friends a lot.
very good. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's healthy to stay in touch with your friends. And yeah, school, of course, that's the one thing people have to remember whenever they're talking about your music is you have this whole other thing going on that takes up a big piece of your life, of course. But it's all for the good. Well, is there anything else you want to tell me about that's coming up, or that maybe a goal of yours in life, or
I mean, just a thanks to everyone who's like supporting me, and a special thank you to Rick Parfitt for giving me the chance to perform with them.
Yeah.
But for the future, I've only just started to sing, so I'm working on my voice, and I'd like to keep creating more original material. But thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And yeah, I think that your voice, you've got, well, you wouldn't say good bones, but you've got a good voice, to work with. I think you're going to get good results as time goes on. Well, that's great. I also just want to mention, because I did hear this in the Jennifer Hudson, essentially you had said that you had picked up guitar at age 5 and then actually really got serious about it around age 7. And this was after you were already putting out these incredible solos, for classic rock bands. and then you also, during COVID, played outside your home to benefit NHS, which, I mean, great respect for you for doing that. I think that's a wonderful thing, helping others when you can. That's a great quality. And that you had also played some nursing homes as a volunteer, and that also is fantastic. So, and I've done a little bit of that, but that's really great to hear. So I want to give you kudos for that, and congratulations on how things are going so far with your career. I mean, you've got a long way to go, so this is just the beginning. I hope that if something comes up that you'd like to talk about, promote, anything like that, if you have a new band, if you want to just get out there, you are welcome on the channel anytime that you like. Be happy to have you back. And I want to thank you so much for coming on today, and also thank you to Sasha for setting it up. I really appreciate your time. And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Wishing you all the best in the future. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Jake, for coming on the show. And of course, thanks to Sasha, Jake's dad, for helping facilitate that. Really appreciate your time. It was great fun to talk with you and to learn a little bit more about your history and what you're thinking about for the future. We are all rooting for you. You've got a lot of fans out there, many of them following this channel right now. And of course, you're always welcome back, as I mentioned at the end of the interview, if there's something else that comes up that you want to talk about. Folks, why don't you let me know what you thought of this interview? If there's anything in particular that struck you that you'd like to talk about, by all means, leave it below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.